Nearly 15 years after their disappearance, a decision has been made in the case of the Skelton brothers, Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner. Probate judge Catherine Sala has just issued her ruling that the petition to declare the missing brothers legally dead has been granted. The brothers were last seen on Thanksgiving in 2010 and were with their father, John Skelton. Let's take a listen together to the particulars of the judge's ruling.
This is a case of terrible and long-standing impact on the community of Lenawee. No condolences will ever be enough for such losses suffered. These proceedings offer an opportunity to recognize the disappearance and death of these three brothers, but leaves many more questions unanswered. Such a voluminous amount of work by law enforcement will never be fully recognized or credited rightly, especially when such a loss still remains unresolved. Thank you. Alexander William Skelton, Andrew Ryan Skelton, and Tanner Lucas Skelton have been missing since November 26, 2010. Given their undisputed disappearance for over 14 years, the statutory presumption of death applies. The presentation of evidence, however, does not present clear and convincing evidence that John Skelton murdered these children. The information provided at this trial provides ample opportunity for speculation and theories, but to make such a finding, the court would only be joining those voices offering such speculation and theory, given the lack of information. The impact of this ruling is not lost on this court, for it is also a part of this community. But the court must follow the law, and to ignore it in this case risks the very structures upon which our system of justice is built. Thus, it is with the gravest of condolences that it is ordered Alexander William Skelton, Andrew Ryan Skelton, and Tanner Lucas Skelton are presumed to be deceased as of November 26, 2015, in accordance with MCL 700.1208, subsection 2. Questions?
No,
thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for your time, efforts in this case. I will issue the order today to this effect, and that will effectively close the matter in all three files. Court's in recess.
Okay, so here's what we have here. We have a declaration from this probate court to declare the missing Skelton brothers, Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner, legally dead. So the court is firm on that declaration. From this day forward, everyone can operate under the assumption that they are, in fact, deceased because they are missing for so long. But in terms of what else this petition contained, the court made it clear she's not going that far. This mother's petition was asking the court to make a declaration that the boys were murdered by their dad. And you heard the judge, there just wasn't enough evidence to say that. So the judge granted the order in part, and technically she denied it in part. She denied the part where they were asking her to go the extra mile and make that finding that their father murdered them. So certainly this was an expected ruling with respect to that portion of it. Why? Because we never had a criminal prosecution, right? There isn't even enough evidence to charge Dad. So no one should be stunned that the judge denied that portion of the petition, but the main portion, the portion that counts, the judge granted. So moving forward, Alexander, Andrew, and Tanner Skelton are legally deceased. We'll see if any charges will be brought against anyone for their deaths.